I'm Pete, and this is
Metalheads React to Hip Hop. Hey, fuckface.
okay. Today we're reacting to
Suicide Boys with All My Life I've Wanted a Chevy, but I ended up driving the Camaro off the Causeway Bridge. Yes. See, for that song title,
it gets points for that, right?
Song title definitely gives it points. Song title reminds me of Red Sparrows.
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Sparrows was
yeah.
I don't know if Aaron Turner, but someone from ISIS was in it.
Yeah, I remember
a few
that.
other people.
Yeah.
And all of their song titles on the album were like a full paragraph long.
Yeah,
and it was just really, it was very different.
That's kind of like
an interesting approach.
That's like an emo thing, though, kind of. Those long.
Well, I mean,
titles.
as emo as instrumental,
like
melodic rock can get.
Yeah.
But Suicide Boys.
Ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
All right, here we go.
It's a quick song.
Yeah, it's short.
It's an amuse-bouche.
Shouldn't be drinking in the air.
In the what?
On the air.
You ain't getting paid for this. You can drink all you want.
Get endorsement.
You're your own boss.
I like that.
Sierra Nevada, please continue to make good beer, and if you do, send me some more of it.
Ambitions as a rider is to drive right off a fucking cliff. Roads stay frozen, cold weather, the snow leopard don't even grip. Floating in the ocean, roller coasting, watch the fucking dip. Pistol with your fucking lips, split you with the fucking clip. Suicide, white bitch, slip the one who whips the brick.
That bitch.
Who in my boy, slit your wrist, I'll add you to the list. Ruby does not exist.
Pause it. Impressions.
No, there was
The beat is
lyrically a lot more substantial than previous hip hop songs we've reviewed. I like the black and white. I like that a lot. I don't know if it's a coincidence simply because the tone is a lot more morose. And from what I'm gathering, apparently the Suicide Boys predominantly write songs about suicide.
Yeah.
Which, when you're
I heard a couple
when
of
you're a metalhead listening to the song, it gives you extra points immediately.
Right, exactly. So it's a little darker for sure.
Yeah, it's a little darker.
The beat is darker.
The beat is a lot more intriguing. It
it's
makes
interesting.
The thing that I really like about it is it's more. There's more tonal variation to the beat, and we're already halfway through the song, so they're definitely capturing we're going to present you with something really nice, but we're not going to give you a chance to get tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
You
like that? Slit your wrist, I'll add you to the
Drum beat does not exist.
like a change up.
Sounds a lot more like soundtrack music.
Yeah, so that's very dark, like ambient.
Gripping up in the cut, don't give a fuck. I bust some bad and buck. I'm keeping that weapon tucked. Don't test your luck. I cock it back and bust. I'm coming up on that 3-6 killer 187 bust. Riding in the Chevy, swerving heavy on these suckers. It's the great large teeth, gold teeth, never breathing psycho demon, looking for a way to scheme it. Robbing is my mission and murder is in my vision.
I like that they weren't afraid to make that a short song.
Yeah, I agree. It's like in and I like the change up in the middle.
The yellow in out real quick. But no, it was I like it, but
Lyrically,
I think it does itself a disservice by being a lot of things in a very compact amount of time. The bridge was.
I don't know though.
I like
that because I find myself wanting to go back to it because it was a lot going on. Yeah.
That stands to reason.
Yeah.
But for me, it like the hook of it that really lets you sink in at the halfway mark. They do like a total 180
yeah,
from
it totally
it.
switches the
And
beat.
And I think if they did it for like a really short amount of time, like just for like a few seconds, but they lay into it for like a good like a few bars, and it was pretty distracting just for me. But that being said, I liked all of the parts separately. I wish there was a bit more. I guess if we're going to the rubric, I liked Lyrical Flow a lot.
The rubric.
I liked the flow of it a lot. It was...
Yeah, and they both had a different style, I felt like.
Yeah,
cool
they were both
when it switched.
clearly going for something different, but there was like a... It was grim. The whole thing was grim.
Yeah.
And
I think I liked
everything worked.
I think as metal guys,
I think...
gravitate
I don't think
it.
it's such a hard thing to believe that we would sit inside that a little bit more positively.
Yeah.
But
but
the flow was very solid. I would probably give the flow like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, that's about where I am, I think.
Yeah.
Lyrical content?
Lyrical content could have been better, I think.
It had some cool elements, but the darker elements.
A
lot of it was reverting back
to
to like gold teeth and like...
Well, not even just so much that. I mean,
shit.
I don't think they laid into that as much as they just referenced it.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, whatever. That's fine, gold teeth, but...
But just...
But it's just for us.
murder
like
and
world.
violence.
Yeah, it's violence.
As a theme and as a...
Yeah, but think about the death metal we listen to.
Yeah, but the... And
Cannibal Corpse, like...
And I don't have a problem with that being a theme, but...
But is it real violence, or is it like...
It seems like even though the...
I guess...
Like it was all a grim, like a morose temperament, it seemed like they were stylizing it in the same way that a lot of more mainstream artists would be stylizing it. There seems to be...
Like romanticizing it, sort of, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it seems to be like a lot of these people have a very... I don't know, for lack of a better word, they all seem, at least in the character, that the avatar that they're trying to show you, there's a large level of pompousness.
Well, I think it's like attitude, though.
Yeah.
And that's in metal, too, though, right?
Not that I really listen to.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not as much like posture.
I think it seems to be a little bit more self-deprecating than anything, whereas with hip-hop it seems to be much more self-appraisal.
But I guess we don't know where these guys are, what their lives are like, or maybe they're living in hard times, or... I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that could be the circumstance.
Like maybe you have to be that pompous.
But just for the...
Or whatever.
Just for the sake of the criteria.
Yeah, so I
think they could have taken the road less traveled a bit with their lyrics instead of...
it was a little sort of...
Yeah.
Like,
the framework was very different, but... it's still things I've seen before.
Yeah, that's true. I think within that, such an interesting beat that they had. It could have been more interesting lyrically, maybe.
Yeah, which would bring us to our next criteria.
So
but lyrical content, I think, probably a 5.
Yeah, I would say like around there, 4 or 5.
But also, that being said, we didn't pull up the actual lyrics, so we don't know the
actual
detail of all the things that they were saying. That is something to be mindful of.
My ambitions as a rider to the drive off a fucking cliff. Roads stay frozen cold weather, the snow leopard don't even grip. Floating in the ocean, roller coasting, watching the fucking dip. Pistol whip your fucking lips.
Right up to that point, it was I find it pretty clever. The snow leopard don't even grip.
That's cool.
But
I thought his lyrics were... Well, let's look at this other.
yeah.
So that was a Young Mutt. Slick Sloth. Reason
like
by
that.
the schizos right next to your bed when I tiptoe. 10 to 4. I'm a psycho Michael. Ooh, Michael Myers reference.
Okay.
Lights
Is it
low
maybe?
till these
Unless his
guns
name is Michael. I
Make
don't
the
know.
lights show. It's off the OG. Fade away with the night breeze. Black Glocks in the trunk. Face a whole bunch.
Yeah, more guns and
Well,
blunts.
what year is
and
this, too? We don't even know what year it is.
I don't think it much
Oh,
matters.
2015?
It's 3 years ago, so par for the course.
This has quite a lot of views, too.
Yeah, they're
And it's a totally
just
different
over 9
style.
million. Yeah, well,
Then-
it's quite a lot of views, but it certainly doesn't have 341 million.
Yeah, no, I know.
But for me,
I thought
and you could say that I'm, a little.
I thought this is a little more interesting, the first.
Yeah,
verses.
once it gets to people talking about about facing whole blunts and
exactly.
and the blunts being swollen and always
It's
smoking
like cliche kind of.
and
like
having Glocks and pistol whipping, and it's not that I don't have a problem with violence. I don't have a problem with drug usage.
No.
It's just it's not presenting me. I think I've said this before with
like nothing. It's nothing. New
yeah,
or interesting.
which I guess is
I think we should.
is something on its own that those are classic. They're classic elements of hip hop songs. That
So what do we give the beat though? Pretty high, right?
yeah, I would give the beat like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, I agree.
I could have listened to the beat on its own as an instrumental
Pretty
track
awesome,
for a
actually,
lot
yeah.
more than 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Production. It's pretty. Not super high, but
I
that's
think there
it's
could have
more
been-
raw. I feel like. Which is
I think
kinda
they
cool.
wanted it to be
Yeah,
more
totally.
raw, especially when you're considering the black and white video. And
Yeah. It had that like stark kind of.
I think the word I used earlier was grimness of the overall feel.
Yeah.
So I'd say for what they were going for, the production seemed pretty high, probably a 7 or so. But with it being so quick, I probably would have wanted some more elements presented. Where are the instruments? It's the thing that gets me, as someone who listens to heavy
Yeah, but
metal,
I
and
think-
it's not even that. That's just
I like
that
the
I like
bells
heavy
though,
metal.
and this was kind of cool. Like that
Yeah.
bell sort of.
Well, you also know more about that in terms.
And like
of,
you said, it had like a cinematic kind of feel to it.
yeah,
It was very evocative.
yeah, they definitely
Like
want
it creates
to.
this like mood of
They
like,
want to get.
like you said, grim. It was very
Yeah,
grim.
they want to elicit a response as opposed to just a reaction. They want you to emote.
So let's tally up the score here. I'm curious to hear their new album now more.
Yeah, I don't
think
know.
we could
I don't really know
revisit that.
anything about them, whether this is a new song or whether they've been out for some time. They seem to be
So 7.5 is our
Youngish.
score for that. Yeah,
younger than me. I don't know.
7.5. That's a solid score.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think the lyrics could have improved.
I think the takeaway from that
mean-
from that rating is that I'm more interested in hearing other things by them
Yeah,
than
Me
like
too.
on a previous video, which was like
right.
Nicki Minaj and 6ix9ine and
Yeah, I find myself wanting to know
Murda
more.
Beats. But yeah, kudos to you, Suicide Boys. That
Yeah.
was entertaining, and
So yeah, I guess if
it
any
makes me want to hear more.
yeah, I think if any fans have any recommendations of
Yeah, if
what
any
we
of
should
you
listen
have heard of the Suicide Boys or are aware and familiar with their catalog,
to,
their
yeah,
criteria of work, please feel free to leave a comment and let us know what else we should check out. Because despite some few sections with lyrics being a little underwhelming, that song was a lot of fun, and it was enticing from a lot of different angles.
yeah,
I think someone should contact them for soundtrack work.
yeah, definitely. All right,
Thank
so
you very much.
yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Have a good day.